WC27 Digital Now Center. This is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
And we do say good morning, everybody. It is great to be with all of you here as we check out another day of humidity, another summer August day here in central Pennsylvania that I think could feature a couple of pop-up showers. We're going to be talking about it all as we look ahead into the afternoon, and a change to the forecast coming for tomorrow that may not make all of you happy, unfortunately. So we'll get into all of that here coming up. Let's get started, though, first with a look outside in Hanover this morning. The sun is out, but it's kind of murky out, and you can see that from the shot here. The headlines today talk about the humidity, and that's not going anywhere. We do expect showers today as well this afternoon. I think it's going to stay humid now. We were promising a break in that humidity tomorrow, and unfortunately, I don't see it. I think it is still going to feel quite uncomfortable here through the weekend, and it will stay a bit unsettled, and I don't want to sort of give the fact that we're going back into a wet pattern. I don't think that's happening, but I do think there will be chances for pop-up showers on and off over the next couple of days. So let's talk about it. The sun is out in Mechanicsburg, less clouds there, less traffic too. It looks like a nice morning on this Thursday, but we do have clouds, and by the way, this stalled frontal boundary is around. I mean, it started to push through the region yesterday with those showers and storms, and now today we're waiting for it to kind of move back on through, but it certainly has not just yet, and you can kind of see where it's draped right here. And as long as that front is draped across the region, we are still going to see the threat of showers because we've got decent forcing. Temperatures are in the 70s this morning. I feel like a broken record with that. We've been in the 70s. We stay in the 70s, and dew points are in the low to mid-70s as well. So the humidity not going anywhere, and unfortunately, even tomorrow now, it does not look like it will go anywhere. So we do expect some stray showers, mainly during the afternoon, a high of 88 today. We did make it to 90 yesterday. That surprised me a bit. Partly cloudy skies tonight with lows right around 70 degrees. So the water vapor loop shows it nicely, and I've kind of drawn where the front is. I'll add a few more squiggles on here, and we'll talk about where the drier air is. The problem is I don't think that dry air is going to make it into the Susquehanna Valley. I mean, you see it back towards Chicago. The darker colors are the drier air, and boy, it wants to start pushing in here, but I just don't think it's going to have enough oomph. That front is going to be stubborn into the day tomorrow. Look at the dew point. See, it's drying out in Canada and parts of the Great Lakes, but we continue to sit in this little quadrant right here, kind of along the coast and in the southeast quadrant of PA, where that humidity is very, very tough to scour out. I wish we could get rid of it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Satellite and radar pictures showing you, again, exactly where this front is as we kind of zoom out. You could see the drier air over Illinois and Indiana and Ohio. But meanwhile, along the coast, that front is going to be stubborn. So let me take this time now because I want to show you the dew point forecast. We're going to do things a little bit differently as I jump around here because, honestly, it's all about the dew points, right? At least this time of year. That's what's really going to bring us some relief. So let's check them out. I mean, the proof is sort of in the pudding here with these dew points, and we may get a drop in them tonight and early tomorrow. But that's probably about it as we move into today. Here comes the drier air. I mean, it wants to get here. Here's this evening. You can see it in New York with dew points in the low 60s, but we're still sitting in the 70s. Does it ever make it into the Susquehanna Valley? And you can see that it does not. I mean, maybe tomorrow morning, here's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we drop into the upper 60s. Maybe some of our northern counties get to experience it. But look at tomorrow morning in Harrisburg, York, and Lancaster. I mean, its dew points are still in the 70s. And look at all the dew points in the mid-70s to our south. That is still atrocious humidity. And then the dew points climb right back up into the mid-70s tomorrow afternoon. And then, you know, I'm not sure there's any much hope after that for Saturday here as the model sort of goes in and out. But I do not see these dew points dropping anytime soon, unfortunately. So that leaves us with very little hope to have any relief with that humidity. This evening, I think the showers bubble up early in the afternoon and then die down. So if you do have practice this evening or you want to try to get out and take the dog for a walk or something like that, you should be okay. Here is Precision Cast, and you can see sort of where this front is located. Again, Philly's going to get some rain. Now, some of these showers could be convective. So some of these showers could be on the heavier side this afternoon, but then they sort of die away, see, by this evening. Tomorrow, though, a little bit of a different setup. The front pushes to the south, but we get some easterly flow. So we're going to get this push of east winds. That's going to help with the upsloping to lift some parcels. And unfortunately, given the humidity tomorrow now not going away, I think we have the opportunity for pop-up showers tomorrow. And a heads up on that, that is a change in the forecast that we have noticed in the last couple of model runs. Now, I do think Saturday we stay dry, but that east flow in the morning keeps it cloudy. It's not until later in the day that the sun burns off and we see some hope for drier weather Saturday. But dew points are stubborn. And I mean, even tonight, as this push of drier air wants to work in, notice how tough it is. Dew points may drop into the mid-60s, but look at the southern tier. I mean, it does not drop. And then we're right back into the 70s tomorrow. So Precision Cast and the NAM model think alike, that these dew points are not going to be dropping. And even into Saturday morning, it remains atrociously humid. So don't get your hopes up, everybody. The extended outlook is going to show similar things. The temperature forecast is okay. We're going to stay above average, though. Sunday, we get a spike back into the 90s. Then we cool down slightly early next week with another spike on Thursday back to near 90 degrees. No heat waves in the forecast, though. But almost every day will feature a chance of showers or thunderstorms. Today and tomorrow, those pop-up showers from a front today, an easterly flow tomorrow. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front will finally try to push through on Tuesday. But we need to wait and see how this front interacts with what will be Hurricane Aaron. And that is going to be a tricky part of the forecast next week, because how this front interacts with Aaron is really going to tell the story. Here is Tropical Storm Aaron right now this morning at 50 miles an hour. Its pressure is still fairly high, above 1,000 millibars, but that is going to be dropping quickly as it moves into some warmer Atlantic waters. It will become a hurricane likely tomorrow, and then eventually a major hurricane over the weekend. But notice the turn that it takes. We are less feeling more confident, I should say, and less concerned that this is going to avoid the United States. So that's good news. So again, pop-up showers today and tomorrow, Saturday, 86 degrees. And then looking at the extended forecast, the reason that it stays unsettled next week, and we don't expect any, region-wide heavy rain. There could be heavy rain in pockets, right, given the dew points, but it's going to be isolated. But if you're looking for rain, don't get your hopes up, because these are still all going to be very much hit-or-miss storms as we move into next week. And all of that has to do with the front that we're dealing with. And I kind of want to show you what I mean, too, by the challenging part of this forecast, because we're talking about how this front sort of interacts with Hurricane Aaron. And I'll show you that here on our long-range precision cast in just a second. On Sunday, there's going to be this front that sort of drapes itself across the region here from New England back through the Great Lakes. So there it is. Then it's going to move a little bit farther to the south on Monday, but a secondary front will push in Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. All right, and here's this front right here. And what this is going to do, okay, this cold front, this is going to help to kind of push Aaron. And look at this big hurricane just sitting off the coast. You talk about riptides and other things for the Carolinas. If you have a beach trip there next week, look out, because this is a major hurricane. But it stays offshore because this front is going to come through and kick it out. But exactly how these two interact. Sometimes we want to get some of these outer little bands to interact with the front, and it pulls in moisture. So perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday next week could end up being wetter than we think right now. So that's something we want to watch, how that front interacts with Tropical Storm Aaron, and we will be watching that in the extended. For now, that is a look at the next couple of days, a look ahead to the weekend, and the latest here on Tropical Storm Aaron for Beyond the Forecast. I hope you have a great day. I'm meteorologist Brett Thackara.